and let the liver just see what it needs to resort in the body, and then have a look at where you can balance and put some of those really good fats back in.
Okay, so good fats are really
Good for
important.
hormones.
Okay, good for
Excellent for
hormones.
hormones.
Okay,
Yeah,
and so
that's
I
really.
just want to recap. So then there
So
was
some of those, and your
almond
question was
oil.
what you can do at that time when you're not
Yeah.
feeling very well. So um, when you come back to cortisol and adrenaline as well. So if you are living on caffeine and sugar all the way up to there, you're priming your body to be, a really inflammatory being. So the minute that these hormones hit receptors, everything is super inflammatory. So you get, instead of just a normal period process, you have pain and irritation and heat changes. And I think if you can just reduce all that inflammatory process in the body, then you have a much better chance of just having normal hormone cycles and normal reaction from those chemicals. And I was thinking then a lot of the herbal tonics are brilliant for that.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
love having herbal infusions. What do you recommend?
Okay, and it's again depending on how that orchestra is going. If your estrogen's really, really high, if you've got that bit of weight around, so estrogen has that weight around the hips and the bum, whereas cortisol is really your little apple weight around your tummy. So you're looking at which hormones there are not so good, and if you're looking at this as a long-term 6-12 month
Yeah.
healing plan, or if it's just a what can I do on those few days because I feel dreadful. So black cohosh is a beautiful herb. So there's quite a few products now that have that just as a single herb there. But you've got a lot of female reproductive herbs that you can blend in. So a really good herbalist could just work with that with you and design. And sometimes you can just take that for the week up to your period. Often I'll do also some topical progesterone cream for those that we've tested some hormones and find that your progesterone's your feel-good, lovely hormone. And, after our 20s, we get less and less and less of it right through until menopause. And when menopause hits, we go, we have none. So we use that topically for like the 7 days up to your period in severe PMT, and that works really beautifully in the right person.
It's interesting too because I think a lot of us just have this belief that periods are difficult. They're always going
Yeah.
to be difficult. And yet I know for myself that there are times where I really notice that, okay, say I'm hormonal and I'll have a few difficult days. And then there are times where things actually do run pretty smoothly. And if I didn't have my calendar, my app on my iPhone, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even, I'd be like, okay. So that's quite empowering in a way. And what I've noticed for myself is how I've learned how to support myself is to be really gentle with myself. And what I think a lot of us have a tendency to do is we don't allow for the fact that we might be feeling a little bit more tender emotionally, we might be more tired. I know I have a natural inclination as an introvert to become even more introverted at that time. And what I've learned to do is to honor that, like really
Absolutely.
honor it. And so I don't necessarily go around, I don't perhaps have as many social events on. I'm happy to kind of like be at home more. I make sure I get more sleep because I just feel like I need it. And even with work, I've learned how to structure. I mean, I guess that's the privilege of working for yourself. Is I've learned to structure my work time in a way that supports where I won't set up 5 clients that week and all of these meetings. I'll pull back a little bit and maybe go focus more on writing and other things. And so yeah, I think that can be one of the ways to help
So
is
essential.
is just to question and be like, you know what, we don't have to keep on pushing ourselves all the time or operating at a certain level all the time, and just being kind and gentle when we are going through those monthly cycles.
It's so important. It is. And